Welcome to Share Fred Tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you and enjoy watching.
Hello everyone. Then for this week, for module number 6, we will discuss about business record. By the way, I am your teacher for today. I am Pridi Isgalit. And for our online class rules, so we have abbreviation of life, L, listen attentively, initiate participation, follow instruction, and engage participation. Take note of those online class rules. Okay, so for our learning targets for today, so we have 2 learning targets. The first one is you need to demonstrate the importance of keeping the business record. Then the second one is you need to create a financial report of your proposed business. So take note of those learning targets because after the discussion, so you need to accomplish that learning targets. Okay, for the core values, we have innovation and wholeheartedness. For the innovation, the learners will become engaged and out-of-the-box thinking. So that's very important in terms of our topic today. Okay, then the wholeheartedness, the learners will become active readers and thinkers. Next, to be guided with our discussion, we have here the key concept map. Now we have here the business record and the bookkeeping. So under the business record, we will discuss the importance of keeping good records, and also we will discuss the type of records of accounting and tax purposes. Under the bookkeeping, we will discuss about the rules of bookkeeping and bookkeeping system. Okay, so next one, we have here also the essential question or the most essential question. So take note of this because it will serve as your exit ticket for this week. Okay, so the question of this most essential question is, what is the significance of proper recording of business transaction and bookkeeping in your business? Okay, again, so for the most essential question, what is the significance of proper recording of business transaction and bookkeeping in your business? Okay, so before we proceed for our topic, we have here a question. So what is business record? Okay, so when you heard about business record, what comes into your mind? Okay, so take a pause for this video and think, what is business record? Okay, so let us define what is business record. So when we say about business record, class, it is a document. It could be hard copy or digital that records business dealing. Okay, so business records include meeting minutes, memoranda, employment contract, and accounting source document. Okay, so take note that it must be retrievable at the later date so that the business dealings can be accurately reviewed as required. So for example, so there's a time that you need to check previous transaction that you have in your business, that you can do it because of your business record. Okay, next one. So but before we proceed for the discussion, we have here activity. So if you were the bookkeeper, give at least 3 to 5 reasons why it is important to perform bookkeeping in the business. Okay, so take a pause for this video and think your answer. Okay, so if you are done with this activity, then let us move forward for the next slide. Okay, so we have here the importance of keeping good records. We have 7 importance of keeping good records. First one is monitor the progress of the business. The second one is we need to prepare the financial statement. And number 3, we can identify source of income. Number 4, keep track of the deductible expenses. Number 5, keep track of the basis and property. Then number 6, prepare the tax return. Then number 7, support items reported on the tax return. Okay, so under the importance of good records, we have here the monitor the progress of the business. Okay, so the good records needs to monitor the progress of a business. So record can be show whether the business is improving, which item are selling, or what changes that needs to make. So good records can be increase the likelihood of the business success. So that's very important to have a monitoring about the progress of your business. So business record is very important in terms of monitoring. Okay, next one is you need to prepare the financial statement. So the good records need to prepare accurate financial statement. So like I said in our past discussion, no, so financial statement is very important for our investors to have a transparency. So this include income or the profit and loss. So we will know if we have a profit or loss for our financial statement. So and also the balance sheet. Then this statement can be helped in dealing with the bank or creditors and help manage the business. So we have here words, no, or definitions that we need to know, which is the income statement and the balance sheets. Okay, so under income statement, it shows the income and expenses of the business for given period of time. Then we have also here the balance sheets, no, show the assets, liabilities, and equity and the business on the given date. Next, we have you need to keep track as a basis in a property. So the basis of the amount of the investment is in property for tax purposes. So the basis will be used to figure out the gain or loss on the sales, exchange, or other disposition of the property, as well as the deduction for depreciations, amortization, depletion, and also the casualty losses. Okay, so next one is we have here the types of records for accounting and tax purposes. So we have here the business expenses, credit card statement, bank statement, annual tax return, quarterly tax filing, payroll and inventory, sales, income, petty cash, vehicles use log, travel log, and also we have here the cash register tapes, credit card sales receipt, invoice, cancel check, and also the check stub. Okay, so those are the different types of records for accounting and tax purposes. Okay, next one, we have here the other records. So for the other records, we have here the purchase order or the PO, and we have here also the employment application, emails and other business communication, inventory logs, personnel record, accident report, articles of incorporation, permits, licenses, and trademarks registration, and patent. No, so those are the other records that very important also in our business to be kept. No, next one, financial forms or records usually have set standards of reporting, and any difference are very minimal. We have here the samples obtained from an existing similar project will definitely prove helpful for our for your design requirements. So these are the, let's say for example, number one is yung account receivable. No, so what is account receivable? So these are the valuable not only to decision on extension of credits but also to make accurate billing and maintenance of good relation with the customer. Okay, so this record will reveal how effective is your firm's credit and collection policies. Okay, so that's it for account receivable. And for the inventory records, this record will be used to control your inventory items. So in addition, they could also be used to supply information for your firm's purchasing. So we have here also maintenance of economic supply of stock and computing turnover ratios. Okay, so that's it for the financial form. Next one is we have here also the accounting payable. So what is all about accounting payable? So this liability records show what is your firm owes facilities obtaining of available cash discount and informs you when payments are due. Okay, then sales record, this could be used in analyzing or by analyzing of the effectiveness and advertising and promotions of your product. So market coverage and profitability. So include po yun dun sa sales report. They also serve as a basis for computing your sales compensation. Okay? So the product records, this record provide a basis for your product costing and detect lost profit caused as a result of idle manpower or machineries. So production records is all about the production, okay, manufacturing in your business. Then the next one is the payroll records. So payroll records show the total payment, your pay, your employees, and provide a basis for computing some legal payment. So under the payroll records, we have here the salaries of the employees, of your employees in your business. So as usually in payroll records, all the salaries and also the legal payments for the employees. Okay? Then we have here the cash record. So from the word itself, cash, no? So under the cash record, it show all the receipt and disbursement made by your firm. So they contains your firm cash flow and petty cash balances. So this record also enables you to know when to time your loans, and they may also be used as assurance for ready cash when needed. Okay? So next one is we have here the specific type of accounting records, and one of the types of accounting record is journals. So what are the things or records under journal? So we have here the sales journals. So another term of sales journal is we have here the sales book. So sales book, these are the use, or they are used to record your company sales. Okay, from the word itself, sales. So we focus about the sales, no? So yung record na to is more on about the company sales. Okay? Then the next one is the purchase journal. So from the word itself, purchase. Okay? Yung mga binibili natin. Okay? Sa business natin. These are the use to record your company purchase. Then we have here also the cash receipt journal or the cash receipt book. These are used to record your company cash receipt, no? And we have here also the cash payment journals or the cash payment book or cash disbursement book. So these are used to record your company payment in cash. Okay? Pag nagbabayad ka na in cash, so dito mo ilalagay sa cash payment journals na to. Next one is general journal. So what is general journal? So these are the used to record your company transaction mentioned in from A to D. So from sales journal, purchase journal, from sales receipt journals, and cash payment journal. So dito mo naman yan i-summarize lahat sa general journal. Next one is we have here the ledgers. Okay? So what are the included in ledgers records? So we have here the accounting receivable ledger. We have also here the account payable ledger and plant ledger. So what is account receivable ledgers? It contains your company individual trades with customers. So which is the customer account. Okay? Then next one is the account payable ledger. So it contains your company's individual account with creditors. Okay? So that's the difference between account receivable to account payable. Then we have here also the plant ledger. Okay? So it contains your company list of all fixed asset. Okay? So again, so when we say in terms of record in plant ledgers, so contains your company list of all fixed asset. Okay? So next one. So before we move forward for the next lesson, we have here another question. So what is bookkeeping? Okay. So take a pause for this video and think what is your answer about, or what is your idea about bookkeeping. Okay? So if you already done, okay, so let us define what is bookkeeping. So when we say about bookkeeping class, it is the recording of financial transaction, and it's part of process of accounting in business. Okay? So transactions include purchase, sales, receipts, and payments by an individual person or an organization, corporation. Okay? Another definition of bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is usually performed by a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper is a person who records the day-to-day financial transaction of the business. Okay? So, that's it for bookkeeper and bookkeeping. Next one. What are the rules of a bookkeeper? Okay, we have here 3 rules of bookkeeper. First one, he or she is usually responsible for writing the D-books, okay, which contain record of purchase, sales, receipts, and payments. Okay, so number 2, a rule of a bookkeeper is the bookkeeper is responsible for ensuring that all transaction, whether it is in cash or credits transaction, are recorded and the correct D-book supplies, ledgers, customers, ledgers, and general ledgers. So that's very vital rule of being a bookkeeper, because this very important role of bookkeeper, because to have a transparency of your investors and partners of your business. Okay, another rule of a bookkeeper is an accountant can create reports from the information concerning the financial transaction recorded by a bookkeeper. So let's say, for example, there's a transaction that needs of accountant. Bookkeeper will help to the accountant to find a transaction or financial transaction that recorded by a bookkeeper. Okay, so that's the rule of a bookkeeper. Next one, bookkeeping system. So how bookkeeping system run, no? So we have here 2 types of bookkeeping system. The first one is single entry system. So, and also we have here the double entry system. So in single entry system, we have here it is use only income and expenses account, recorded primarily in revenue and expenses journals. Single entry bookkeeping is adequate for many small businesses. So usually the single entry system used for small businesses, no? Then for double entry system, so this system is the use at least 2 entries are required to record each financial transaction. So these entries may occur in asset, liabilities, equity expense, and also or the revenue account. Okay, so that's the difference between the single entry system and double entry system. Okay, so we have here the petty cash book. No, so what is petty cash book? So petty cash book, it is a record of a small value purchase before they are later transferred to the ledger and final account. No, it is maintained by a PT or a journal cashier or a cashier. Then a certain amount of money is provided to a PT cashier or PT cashiers by a senior cashier. Okay, so this money is to cater for minor expenditures such as hospitality, minor stationery, casual footage, or etc. No, so and it's reimbursed periodically on satisfactory explanation of how it was spent. Okay, so we have here the example of a petty cash book. Okay, so a certain amount of money that provide for the PT cashier by a senior cashier. Okay, next one, we have here the journals. So what is journal? So when we say about journal class, these are the recorded and the general journal daybook. So a journal is a formal and take note, no, chronological record of financial transactions. So before their values are accounted for in the general ledger as debits and credits. No, so we have here the example in the right portion of your screen. No, so we have here the example of journals. Again, so when we say about journal, it is a formal and chronological records of financial transaction. So very organized, no? So yung journal. Next one is the example of journal. So as you can see, we have here the general journal. So we have here the specific date. So and also the description and the portion of debit and credit. Okay, so next one. We have here also the ledger. So what is ledger? So we have here a different definition about ledger. So first one, when we say about ledger, it is a book or collection of accounts in which account transactions are recorded. Okay, so each account has an opening or a carry forward balance and would be record transaction as either as debit or credit in separate columns, and the ending or closing balance. Okay, so another definition about ledger is it is a record of accounts. It is a permanent summary of all accounts entered in supporting journals which list individual transaction by date. Okay, so it's all about a summarization of your journal. So the ledger is the summarization of your journal entries. Next one. Okay, so we have here the example of ledger account example. Okay, so yun po. Next one is we have here ayan, so if you already understand our topic, then it's the time to answer the most essential questions. Okay, so what is the significance of proper recording of business transaction in bookkeeping in the business? Okay, so your time starts now for answering this question. Okay, so take a pause of the video to answer. Okay, so if you're already done with that most essential question, thank you for listening and just enjoy for learning. Okay, so again, I am your teacher, Freddy Isgalet, for this week. Thank you and God bless everyone.